Hey everyone, it is Umbra here to basically be here so you don't have to suffer through an extended live stream, and that's what tonight was. It was kind of an extended live stream, but the good news is I'm going to summarize the information relatively quickly. So let's get some stuff out of the way. First of all, tonight was a kind of a surprise live stream, and we were expecting some information. A lot of people were expecting the summer units. It wasn't the summer units. Listen, it's not Snowflake. Good on you if you recognize the 90s quote. But anyway, we have a new fist weapon and a new fist unit. Say hello to Frederica's sister-in-law. So yeah, this unit recently appeared in a recent side story for the JP side, and now she's going to be our new 90 cost Earth Elemental unit. We had a hint because of the guild map that it was effectively trying to benefit Earth units. And that kind of pointed that a new Earth unit was going to be next. This does put fire as probably the next elemental unit that we are going to see added to the game at the beginning of August. So possibly a 100 cost fire unit. Be on the lookout for that. But here, let's talk about Fred's sister, and we're just going to call her a sister. And for the record, we don't know her exact spelling of her English name yet, so the translation is Yuaru or Yuar. So if you ever want to know this character's name, just look at her rarity. Isn't that handy? You just look right here, and the rarity is it. But next up, subjobs are Pugilist and Knight. She is a 90 cost character, and she is a permanent addition in the pool. And last but not least, her brand new job is a brand new job, Martial Artist. Think essentially Tifa, but the Wotv version of Tifa. Now, things to note about this character, she will be available tomorrow on the JP side. She is a new fist character with long range and possesses abilities that have continuous attacks, including the release of the Guts effect. What's interesting is she seems to be able to give other characters that get buffed a Guts release as well. And that seems to be the major kind of attraction to this character. She is capable of some AP regeneration off of her limit burst. She is capable of dishing out damage and being a fairly tanky, brawly character, and she does have ways to also increase her accuracy and effectively ignore float. Not that that was a major consideration, but, you know, I have to give the information. So yeah, that seems to be essentially what we are looking at for this unit, and honestly, I'm going to classify her as probably a skip. You know, preemptively, after so many good units, this unit just isn't really scratching any particular need. And with the summer units basically right around the corner as we're about to talk, yeah, I feel like this character probably is a little bit soft on the recommendations even this early. Earth kind of needs a little bit of a push of a vision card or a Esper. It kind of needs something to push it way more in the I would be super interested in trying to get this character. And they didn't really say too much or anything about vision cards. I mean, Earth has some good defensive vision cards, but I want to see some more offensive ones before I would really get excited about this character. Other than that, she has shooting resistance and it looks like slash attack resistance. So, you know, just again, really brawly character, really good at surviving damage. But I'm just not overly convinced that this is a character that you really need to try that hard for yet. Other than that, we know that the 2000 the another download campaign with some free polls, great. Love free polls, some login bonuses, and crash too is always nice. I love doing my videos and then we just get a crash because I get a little time to hang out. Music's nice though. I mean, if you think about it, this music is actually kind of related to the unit because, you know, Earth Esper in Final Fantasy VIII, Earth unit. Okay, and we're back. So next up, we get to take a look at her banners, which I'm less than impressed about. This is the standard, effectively JP one, except no, it's just a standard JP one for free lapis. What's interesting, if we scroll down a little bit further, there's a 5-step for this unit, and the 5-step here doesn't seem to be giving any coins. It has URs all along the way with some shards, and yeah, just guaranteed URs and guaranteed unit at the very end, but nothing about this really screams like I would want to be spending money on this. Earth Vision Cost Shard, probably the most interesting thing out of all of them is this 10 UR, looks like vision cards only, which would be maybe a good way for someone to score a 90 cost vision or Esper that they are looking for, like Dark Tetraselphid. Totally not talking about myself, but yeah, really unimpressive. So now let's switch over from the game, which now would have been a great point for the actual thing to crash, but let's take just a little bit of a look at the live stream, and starting with the video here. Hopefully it'll work. I love technology. Let nobody tell you otherwise. So just scanning ahead, or scanning backwards. I think it was about the 15-minute mark. Here we go. So here is her intro video if anybody's super interested. Gets you a look at her limit burst, and the artwork's really nice. Love the color scheme and everything. Kind of really like this unit, but just can't really see too much excitement yet. But she has some closing the gap abilities. She has some AP regeneration. She has some multi-hit attacks. She'll do well enough, and she'll probably be pretty strong, but kind of just want to see the vision card before I really recommend and the rest of her kit. So yeah, this was one of the major talking points just about this specific unit, and then we got into the more interesting part of the stream. So skipping ahead, I've kind of lost my preview, but here we are. So this was the really first noteworthy point of the live stream, was the fact that there's going to be job strengthening. And there's a lot of details missing, so I don't want to get too much into this because, well, we just don't have all the details yet. Essentially, what they are looking to do is every month now for the JP side, they're looking on strengthening jobs. And the first 4 jobs include Ranger, Battle Axe, Messenger, and what is it? It's Luel's main job. I remembered it right up until this point. Scholar, that's what it is. Scholar. Okay, totally didn't have to look that up. But if you note, what's really noteworthy about this is the fact that this matches up incredibly similarly to the summer units, which, wow, isn't that just a coincidence that they're buffing jobs for the summer units before the summer unit period is about to start? I'm sure that's just a coincidence again. But anyway, Hunter is looking at the addition of single target resistance down, as well as casting speed for overcharge, looking at AP consumption down, and debuff effects added for other abilities. Battle Axe is looking at getting Guts release to its Tornado Shield break, as well as increasing the number of uses and increasing buff size effects of some other abilities too. Kododama, or Messenger, is looking at the extension of Light Explosion to have some additional effects, as well as other abilities getting buff effects as well. And Scholar, last but not least, is looking at magic barrier destruction for healing Law Flash, as well as buff increases to other abilities. So yeah, if you're really wanting all of the information about these, gonna have to kind of wait until we see the update and until Wotv gets it, because there's gonna be potentially quite a few abilities here that are upgraded and yeah, we just don't have all the information yet. But it's interesting for a couple of reasons. As I've said, essentially these are the summer units, so the summer units are getting a early buff, and we'll probably be seeing a few other buffs once they are out. But this is essentially clear signaling to me that the summer units are coming, and very soon. Second thing that is noteworthy here is that, I mean, this is a pretty sizable buff to a lot of powerful or already powerful units. You think about Barris, Astoria, who have a couple of these jobs. You think about Alaya, who has one of these jobs. Yeah, this should be really interesting to see how it affects power-wise, and which jobs will be coming each and every month from now on for the next little bit. Which ones will be powered up first, because it's not night with the newest unit, and that is also interesting. But just the potential of how this could shake up what is the status quo right now, very curious, and very much looking forward to seeing how this will go in the future. So let's skip a bit ahead, because they talk about this for a very long time, and I'm sure I've missed some details. Odaiba will also probably be doing a wonderful summary on Reddit, so Odaiba, if you see this, there's your shout out. Next up, story update. We now have a starting date for Season 3. Season 3 will be starting in October, which means that there's roughly about 3 months on the JP side for interlude stories. And interestingly enough, this is not any kind of a hint, this graphic, as to what Season 3's story will be. This is mostly reused assets from Season 2. So yes, no hints as to what Season 3 will be, but it's nice to get a date, or at least a month of release period of when we can expect this to show up on the JP side. And because, you know, not too long of an interlude is pretty nice. But thankfully, we will not be hanging in the lurch for too much longer, because we got this. This is pretty exciting. This is a hint as to things to come of 100 years in the past, back when the Crystal Church in Adra, or whatever it's called, was still kind of a little bit, or kind of younger. There was this man named Sadali. Yes, so it looks like we will be focusing a little bit on Sadali at a much younger age. As you can see, this version of him is very, very young and great. We also see what I do believe is Exia. Not 100% sure on my canonical lore. Really would love to get a full translation and an 100% accurate and official one, but really, really interesting. I mean, past of Sadali could be really cool. Who this female character is could be really interesting, and both of these could be brand new units in the future. So great, looking forward to it, and we'll not have to wait, excuse me, too long, as it will start on July 25th. So stay tuned for details about that and whether or not these will be characters in the future. So yeah, really a couple of interesting updates. Then we essentially had the tournament, which was really interesting. But then last but not least, we got a bit of a roadmap with something that I think that everybody who plays this game is going to be looking forward to. Scrolling ahead, scrolling ahead, scrolling ahead, scrolling ahead. This new PVE content has effectively been more outlined at this point. So the Chamber of Arms, which was something that was talked about on previous live streams, has now been detailed more to effectively be a source of brand new, super powerful equipment. And this is not a complete list, but to tantalize and tease, we have weapons such as Mazamoon, Blood Sword, and Genji equipment, all in the initial 8 that has been teased. And I do believe that they said that they are currently planning 16 of these. As to exact details about whether or not this will be like trial-based content, or whether this will be not selection quest, or yeah, selection quest style content, might be still a little bit too early to have a definitive answer on that. But this is going to be shipping on, or I think sometime after the 3rd anniversary, which is roughly in November. So it does give us a little bit of a timeline, does give us a little bit of a tantalizing tease, and it is nice to get some assuredness that there is going to be some interesting PVE content in the future. So yeah, there you go. So I think I've summarized basically everything. Frederica's sister-in-law will be the new unit. Heavily hinted that it's going to be a fire unit for our next one, just based on what elements we have and haven't done on the JB side. Really hinting at the summer units coming, but also job updates that will rebalance and kind of vitalize certain jobs. Interestingly, some powerful ones at the beginning. New PvE content, new story content, Season 3 already with a date. Looking like a juicy updates in the future for everyone. So there you go. I think I summarized it all, and summarized it a little bit well, but keep an eye out for Odaiba or some people who have had some more time to translate, and I will try and make videos a little bit later if there's anything I got specifically wrong. Apologies, but you know, doing these videos quick does mean that we do sacrifice a little bit in accuracy, but it's probably still, it's fine, it's fine. So yeah, let me know what you think of the content, what was the most exciting thing from this live stream, and there you go, an hour and a half worth of content into about 15 minutes. Thanks for watching, take care, see ya.